hear from y'all. I want to chat with you, and I want to see who is tuning in live tonight as I answer your questions and talk to you all about my 8th edition online bag club. Okay, so my thing is not showing up. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Say what? The sound sounds good. Technology is working all right. Okay, so I am coming to y'all from my home here in North Central Florida. This is my sewing studio. It's nighttime. If you look behind me, you might be able to see a couple hens or roosters. It's already nighttime, so they're roosting up in that tree there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Do you have the Restream chat up? Or do you see that there? Because I definitely want to have this up. Give me a second, y'all. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull up the YouTube one. For some reason, I can't see the chat. But if y'all can see me and hear me, let me know in the chat box below. Let me check it right here. All right, I do see. Oh, great. I'm on. We got chat now, for me at least, so that I can see what's going on. You can? Okay, great. All right. Hi, Maida. She says, hey, she's my neighbor from Gainesville, Florida. We live just north of Gainesville, so that is literally down the street. Hi, Wanda, tuning in from Canada. We got Sybil tuning in from Tampa, another Florida neighbor-ish. Colleen from Southern California. Oh, a bunch of you are on. Lori from Kansas. Hey. Hi, April. What's up, girl? Okay. And Beverly, another Floridian here from Valrico. Awesome. Sylvia from Chicago. What's up? All right, y'all. So if you have been tuning in to the Crafty Gemini Facebook page or the Crafty Gemini YouTube channel this past week, you are probably ready to hear how much is the new bag club, where do I sign up, and do you have kits? Those are like the most popular questions I've been getting all week. Like, I don't see a link. Where do I sign up? Well, you couldn't sign up before. Right now, you can, because the bag club, the 8th edition Crafty Gemini bag club, is now open. It's accepting members. A ton of you have already signed up, those of you in my private Facebook group. And typically the first people that start rolling in and signing up for a new bag club are bag club members from the last bag club and the one before that and the one before that. So this is the 8th edition of my bag clubs that we've hosted over the past 5 years. So thank you to everybody that's tuning in, and thank you to everybody who has signed up already. Some of you in the Facebook group have already mentioned you're downloading the calendar, the PDFs, and all that stuff. So we're going to start off talking about this from the beginning. What is the Crafty Gemini Bag Club? So my bag club is like an online sew-along kind of, where we tackle 5 different handbag projects over a designated period of time. In this case, we're making 5 bags over the next 7 weeks, okay? So the first video lessons on bag number 1, which I'll show you in a minute, are going to be posted on November 1st. And then we go on, you know, every week or so-ish, posting the next bag and the next bag and the next bag. But you don't only get access to the video lessons on how to make the bag. We also get together live and I answer your questions on each bag as we progress through the 5 bags in the bag club. So I submit, you'll see it. Once you sign up and you log in, you'll see where it says use this form to submit your questions before the Q&A session. So you submit any questions that you have after watching the videos on that bag project, after trying it out, any little things that maybe you had a tough time with, suggestions, questions, and things like that. You submit them to me there in that form. I look them over, prepare for your answers, and then I get together with you and answer them live at a scheduled date and time. Okay? That's one live component to it. The second live component to it is live Zoom social hours. And we say this all the time. Some of you laugh at me because we call it a social hour, but we always go over. It's super fun. We're laughing and chatting, jumping into different breakout rooms on Zoom. I hop in from different smaller groups to smaller groups. And at the beginning and at the end, I'm in one large room with y'all on Zoom. Super fun. We get to share our bag projects, finish. It's kind of like a show and tell, chit chat hour or 2. So that's the second live component. Now you may be wondering, well, when are these going to be scheduled? Some of you have emailed me and said, hey, I'm a full-time nurse. I don't know if I can make any of the live components. Some people that live overseas, I live on the East Coast, so Florida in the United States, so I'm Eastern time zone. Some of you live in Australia, a lot of you live in the UK, and so you want to find out like when are these going to be scheduled, the live elements at least to the bag club so that you can tune in. Well, we have the link to the 2-page calendar. It's 1 month is November, and then the next one is December. All the dates, everything is already pre-scheduled, okay? So you can set your own reminders if you use a paper planner, if you use a phone, you know, like a Google Calendar on your phone, whatever it may be, you have all the dates of any pre-recorded video lessons when they go live, as well as the live components to the bag club. So you should be able to set it up. And if you can't make them all, a lot of people don't make them all. Some of you do make them all though, and I do make them all. So if you can tune in live, you can be there. If you can't make it live, don't feel like you missed out completely, because whatever we have live, whether it's a Q&A session with me or the live Zoom social hour, they're always recorded and they just live on that designated page in the club. So if we really got into a specific topic during the live Q&A and you heard about it from one of your other friends, or you hear somebody mention it on the Facebook group, don't feel like you missed the info completely. You can just go back and watch the recording because it'll be there for you, okay? Let's see. Retha's asking a good question. She says, will we miss much if we aren't on Facebook? This is another great, it's a great question, and it's something I was going to touch on. So we do have a private Facebook group. It is not mandatory. I don't post just stuff in that Facebook group, okay? I will email all bag club members any information or details, or if somebody asks for like a link on where you can find this resource or this item, we will mass email it to everybody and post it in the club platform so you can access that. I will say, I do have students who always end up like, I don't want a Facebook, I don't want a Facebook. And then I'm like, you might consider opening up a Facebook with no pictures or no info and just kind of bookmarking our private Facebook group, because it is a wealth of knowledge and support. So you can post your projects. People will sometimes place the bag like half complete and put like 2 zippers. Like, which color zipper do y'all think goes better with this fabric? And then you basically like within 5 minutes have an entire poll of people like the blue one, the blue one, the blue one. I like the purple, the blue, you know, and it's just an amazing community. Everybody's super supportive and enthusiastic, and we're always in there sharing pictures. And sometimes you may look at one of the bags that I'll share with you today and be like, not interested. But then somebody will make it in a fabric that totally sings to you, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, I got to make that one. It happens all the time. I'm not making this stuff up. So it's just kind of another, you know, community environment where people speak your language and are making the same projects as you at the same time. All right. Let's see. Meredith says, will we be able to download the video so we can watch offline if necessary? Unfortunately, you can't. We don't have the hosting site that we use for the videos, because there's so many of them for all my courses and clubs. They don't allow us to just download the content offline. So you will need some type of decent internet access that you can stream the high definition videos. But I do have people that sometimes don't have the best internet if they live in a rural area like us. You can lower the definition on the video so that they stream a little bit smoother for you. So you can drop it down from 1080p to a lower standard definition. But yeah, great question. You will need internet to stream them as you watch them, okay? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. Okay, great. So we've talked about 5 bags. Can you put up the picture, because I'm talking, but I want them to already see the 5 bags. And then I'll show you one by one the 5 bags. There's an image there that says 5 bags or something. There they are. So those are the 5 bags that we are going to be making over the next 7 weeks. Now I say 7 weeks. We know we're going into the holidays. Everything ends by December 15th, but you don't have to cram everything in the 7 weeks. What I find works well for a lot of people is like if they really want to make one bag, they'll focus on that one and then just kind of hang around and see and watch the videos without having to spend the time to cut and make all the bags. Some of you are like me and are like, yes, I have all my calendar printed out. I have all my sheets. I'm ready to start. I'm going to stay on task. Okay. So you can do that too. Now, after the 7-week period is up for the bag club, all that means is that I won't be adding any new content, like we're not still meeting and all that stuff, right? But all the video content, all the PDFs, all the tips and tricks, everything that you got during the club while it was live and running and, you know, we were doing things in it, you still keep all that stuff indefinitely. So if you work a really demanding job and you're thinking, I might not be able to make any of them, I may be able to squeeze in 1 or 2, Don't worry about it. All the content will still be there. And when, you know, your schedule opens up next year or the year after, you'll always be able to just log in and go right back to it and find the content there waiting for you so you can make the bags then, okay? All right, so those are the 5 bags. You can see them there. So from top left, excuse me, we have the Flagler backpack. That's bag 1. Then the Palmetto Tote Bag is 2. The Sweetwater Crossbody pouch is I said 2. Wow. The Palmetto Tote Bag is 2. The Sweetwater Crossbody pouch is 3. Then we have the Sunset Project bag, which is 4, and the Tamiami Crossbody tote is 5. And if you're from Miami, you know where I got all these names for these bags from. I'm from Miami, so like I live by Flagler, Palmetto. These are all like areas in Miami or streets or roads. Okay, so Unique for You is asking, what's the latest that we can purchase the bag club? Great question. I was just going to get to that. So the bag club is open now, as I mentioned earlier, and it is going to be open from today. Today's Friday, October 22nd. So it's open now all the way until next Friday, October 29th at midnight. So you have the whole week, all the way till next Friday night, Eastern time, 11:59 p.m., and then the club disappears. So the next Saturday, the next Sunday, nobody will be able to join the club. My clubs close at the end of the open window, registration window, so that everybody can be in at once. We start on November 1st with the first video lessons for bag 1, and we go from there. You know, it's kind of like teaching in person. Have y'all ever taught a class where like you start, everybody's in a groove, and then somebody walks in late like, hey, what are we doing? As a teacher, that is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. It's like, now you got to wait, because everybody's already going and you rolled up late, right? So it's kind of the same idea, just on a virtual level, okay? We want everybody to get started at the same time so we don't have any added interruptions, okay? All right. So Annabelle's asking, will there be another launch of these bags? So they will never be together in a club like this again. What we typically do is after our club's closed and then after the 7-week period and after the club is over, and for this one, it's probably going to be after the new year, we release the bags individually for sale just as a video course, okay? And I will say some of you have done that, you know, and signed up for classes after the fact, but then you end up seeing all the bags that people are making and you're thinking, well, I only liked 1 when she showed them, but now I like 3. I probably should have signed up for the club. Because when you sign up for each video course individually after the fact, when we do release them, they're way more expensive. And of course, you don't get all the whole hype, the whole Zoom, the live Q&As. You don't get that whole community and that whole experience with the classes. You're just paying a higher price for a one-off video course. So it's up to you depending on what you think, okay? So real quick, the calendar, we have the link in the video description box of this YouTube video. The calendar is also linked at the bottom of the product page when you go to my website at craftygemini.com/shop to sign up for the club. If you're ready to sign up and you've seen the bags or you're a returning club member and you're like, yep, I like them, I'm in, you can go to craftygemini.com/shop and just sign up. It's right there. Now, the calendar, if you're not sure if you're going to be able to make it work, print out the calendar or just pull it up. Use the links that we're posting here in the chat for you and all that, and you can have a look at it and see when they are. In general, the live Q&A sessions where I'm answering your questions, the questions that you've submitted ahead of time for each bag, those are going to be on Sunday afternoons at 4 p.m. Eastern time for me. And those, a lot of times people are like, I don't really need to see it. Or I don't really need to hear all the questions. They will usually just go back and watch the recordings. But if you have a free Sunday afternoon or you submitted a question earlier that week and you're waiting to hear the answer, tune in and catch us there. Then the Zoom social hours, we switch them up. Some are on some weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have one Zoom social hour that's on a Saturday at 4:30 in the afternoon. So just print it out so you can look through it and see if it works for your schedule. Now, speaking of the calendar, one thing we did to this bag club is that we built in a bye week, right? Like an off week. So the whole week, don't feel like, oh my gosh, Thanksgiving, if you're in the US, is coming up and I have to be preparing all this stuff. We have family coming over and I'm going to be, falling behind on my classes. So from November 23rd through November 30th, okay, there's nothing going on for us. So we built this in, and this was a great idea by my friend Ebony. Shout out to Ebony Love. To put this week, like an off week right in the middle of the whole club, because you can just take a breather. If you've been keeping up and you're like exhausted, like, peace, I got to work, this is too much, take that whole week off. Or if you feel like I'm a little behind on one of the bags, you can use that as a catch-up week, okay? So whatever you choose to do with it, that's built in there. And then in December, we have the last remaining 2 classes plus the live Q&A and all that. So anyways, all that stuff is there. This year, we are doing giveaways again. Well, I say this year, like I haven't had 2 other clubs this year. Just like we did the Summer Bag Club, we are going to have giveaways for this 8th edition Fall 2021 Bag Club. And this is going to be a little bit different. Instead of getting a giveaway entry for every bag you complete, you just have to be in the club to participate to the giveaways. Because I know it's coming up on the holidays. A lot of you may not have time to complete all the bags, and I still want to give everybody an equal chance to put in for the giveaways. So if you're signing up for the club, you'll have an opportunity to win giveaways. And we usually pull at least 6 or 7 boxes, like names, to give boxes of giveaway goodies. Okay, so you have a calendar to print out. If you have signed up, let's check in with everybody right now. Let's see. Go ahead and let me know right now in the chat if you are here live with us, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Let me know if you've signed up already for the Crafty Gemini 8th edition Bag Club. Let me know in the chat if you've signed up, because I want to see this. I know a lot of you have that are returning students, but I feel like I've been getting a lot of feedback from students who have never signed up for my actual bag clubs and thinking, hey, this will be my first time. I'm excited. This will be my first time. So if it is your first time signing up for the club, let me know that too, because we want to welcome you aboard. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Jan, I see you say you only get paid once a month and the 29th is the deadline. Shoot us an email. You can reach out to our customer service team at bea@craftygemini.com and just give us a detailed email there and we'll see what we can do for you. Okay, so just email us. Okay, so Heather is in. Garnet says she's signed up. Oh my gosh, it's flying by now. So many of you. Candy signed up. Deborah says she signed up. Margie's in. Let's see. Laura's signed up. Hey, Laura. Brenda says she's in. Let's see. Becky's signed up. Okay, awesome. Now I want to hear from some of you that are first timers. Hi, Tony, tuning in. That's a first timer. Okay, awesome. Mayola says this will be my first time. Okay, I love, love, love to hear it. So let me tell you the details in case you're on the fence real quick. We're making 5 handbags. Can you put up that picture again of the 5 bags just so you all can see them at one, in one shot? 5 handbags over the next 7 weeks with my step-by-step video lessons. You're getting the step-by-step videos on how to make every single bag. Unlimited access, it never expires. You're getting a PDF calendar that you can print out to save the dates. You're getting 5 live Q&A chat sessions where I'm going to be live in person answering your questions on each bag as we make them. You're getting 5 live Zoom social hours where I will be there and you'll get to interact with the rest of the club members that tune in to chit chat, show and tell, ask for advice on your fabrics project, whatever you're working on with the bag club stuff, okay? Then we added 5 freebie tips PDFs that you can download that have exercises or some other free tutorials that I've created over the years. One of those sheets for each bag, and those are just going to be videos that you may want to watch, research, or even make the project that I feature in those videos to kind of warm yourself up before we jump into the bags, okay? What else are you getting? I mean, it's like a super long list, y'all. 5 printable PDF. Oh, we have supply checklists. So you can prepare your stuff. If you have the right zipper or you know that you're going to be working with this fabric and you need a zipper that matches, you can start gathering up your supplies and materials. We have 5 printable PDF checklists, 1 for each of the 5 bags that you can print out right now once you log in, okay? It's super easy to log into your account. You just go to craftygemini.com, click log into my account, and you get access to all of that. The price right now, which is my sale price just for the window that it's open, when it closes next Friday at midnight, it disappears and there is no sale price for you to get in on, because when we release the videos individually, they're just going to be more expensive, like one piece at a time, right? Like they'll never be bundled like this at this price. So right now it's $97 US, and that gives you access to the digital version, right? The content, the video lessons, the live, the this, the that. So there is no physical materials, no fabric, no hardware. That's not included in the price of the actual club itself, okay? Now, if you do need a supply kit, we do have some of those available, okay? So you can find that on our website as well at craftygemini.com/shop. You'll see the item there for the bag kit, and it says Bag Club kit only, so that you know if you buy the kit, that does not mean that you get access to the club. They're two separate items, okay? All right, let's see. Oh, Amanda says she's loving all the bags. Susie says, first time, I'm on the fence. Check out all the stuff, girl. You may want to join in. Oh, Dolores says she's in. Oh, Sally, you're sweet. She says, do it, everyone. It's amazing. It is a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not going to lie. All right. So I see some of you are gathering your supplies. Some people were out ordering fabric already today. Let's get into showing you what the bags are, and then I'll quickly recap what's in the kit. It's a super long list because these are 5 bags. There's only one small one. The other 4 bags are a pretty good size, and one of them features 3 zippered pockets. You know, so they have like a lot of stuff. Adjustable crossbody straps, so you know you got the hardware going on. And then because they're 5, you know, 4 of them are good size bags. The interfacings, the fusible batting, and the foam and all that stuff. So, I mean, I'll just show you. It's a 4-pound box. And when I tell you it is packed to the gills, like the stuff is going to fall out. And this is just a sample. Say what? Oh, you got the picture up there. Yeah, you can post a picture of the kit. Oh, awesome. Yeah, let's go over that real quick. So there's the kit. That's what you're getting. If you order the kit, you can order separately. We are offering free shipping in the US. Which is a steal. Considering all the supply chain issues, it's been nuts trying to get everything in. Just know that the kits will not start shipping until probably mid to late next week. You'll still have time to get it in. If you are really like don't want to run into possibly getting your kit until after we've started, I'd say probably don't order it. If you are just like, I just need all the stuff when it comes, then go ahead and order it, because as soon as you know, there's so many components in this one kit. As you can see here, we have 1 pack of the Bozo inner form, 18-inch by 58. You have 2 packs of Fashion Fuse, which is a cotton woven fusible interfacing. And those are 1 yard by 60 inches, and you need 2 packs of those. There's 2 packs of the, it's a lightweight, single-sided fusible batting. And those are 45 inches by 1 yard, and you need 2 of those. I mean, so it's a lot. So unless you have access to getting this, or my Bag Club friends there have a massive stash of this stuff, then, I mean, it is a great value because you're getting about $150 worth of stuff for $135 in the kit, and it ships free in the US. And again, it's a 4-pound box. Then you have all the webbing that you need for all the bags. There's 1/2-inch webbing, 1-inch wide webbing, and 1.5-inch wide webbing that you need. And of course, this kit covers, it has all the notions, hardware, and stuff that you need to make 1 bag of all. So all 5, okay? Then there's like a gajillion zippers. Let's see, there's a 6-inch craft zipper, a 9-inch, 2 12-inches, a 14-inch, and these are craft zippers. Then you need a 16-inch handbag zipper, a 24-inch handbag zipper, and a 30-inch handbag zipper. And when I say handbag, it just means the wider ones. They can either be 4.5 or 5. And so that's kind of like the one that I have here. They're thicker. They usually have a larger pull. They're not like the little ones that we use in little zip pouches. You know how the little zipper pull is like really tiny, and the zipper tape is narrower. That's the difference between a craft zipper and a handbag zipper. But if you're new, don't worry. I go over all this stuff in the club. All right, let's see. Heather says, I think I have almost all of that in my stash. LOL. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay. Oh, Amanda says, Vanessa's kits are always a great value. Thank you. Thank you. I know there's a lot of issues right now with getting stuff. So, you know, what we have, we have. And so one of the things that I do want to make note of in the kit, if you're considering ordering it, and it's all listed on the website. You know, I like to be transparent. I put it all up front. So if you don't read, that's probably the only way you wouldn't get the info. But if you read the page, everything is there. So the faux leather sheets that you see in that image there, is the picture still up? Yeah, so the faux leather sheets, you're going to get 5 sheets total. They measure about 8 1/4 by 11 3/4. You're going to get 3 sheets that'll be different colors, and those will be for you to use in bag number 3. Look how cute! It's the Sweetwater crossbody pouch. Okay, so 3 different colors. So back, the side, the gusset. And so 3 of those sheets will be enough for you to make the little pouch. And then the other 2 sheets that you get in the kit are going to be the same color. Those are the 2 pink ones that you see there, because 2 of those sheets will give you the bottom panel of bag number 5. I'm obsessed. This is the Tamiami tote. Hello. I'm over here starting with bag number 5. Okay, anyways, I'm just showing y'all what you're getting in the kit, and then you see all the zippers there, and then you get all the hardware, right? The D-rings, the rectangular rings, the little lobster swivel clasps. It's a lot, okay? So if you don't think you have this in your stash, and you don't think you can get it, the kit is a great option, okay? All right, so that's that for the kit. Yolanda says, stash us? No, we don't hoard fabrics and findings. Of course not. Of course not. All right. Deborah says she has most of the kit items in her stash too. Awesome. Yep. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Barbara, she says she's all signed up. Irene is signed up too. Awesome. So remember, if you're signed up right now or you're signing up as I'm live here, you can log into your account and start, downloading your calendar, your PDF supply checklist, start getting all your stuff in order so that when those first video lessons for bag number 1 hit on November 1st, you will be ready to go. So let's start it. Bag number 1. This little, it's not really little. And hold on, let me pull up my phone because I have all the measurements. Another thing that I added on the site or on the club platform for y'all is a graphic that has all 5 bags, and it has the finished finished garment measurements. Can you tell I so close? The finished bag measurement. So this one measures 17 by 14 by 5, approximate. So 17 inches by 14 by 5, and you can see the 5 better because it has an inset bottom panel here. So this bag, if you want a backpack and you've ever made a backpack, and I've designed backpacks before, they're involved, especially if you want them to be worth anything, to like hold stuff and have pockets. They're a lot. This is a quickie backpack that anybody can make. I love that it's designed to be used or to be made out of light fabrics, light batting, light fusible anything, because it needs to cinch up at the top. So this, talking a little bit about design, and for those of you that maybe have tried to make your own bag and been like, whoa, I totally used the wrong interfacings, I wrecked it. You have to think about these things. If it's a drawstring like this one is, and it needs to come together, if I tried to make this bag out of foam stabilizer, do y'all think that by pulling on the straps, it was gonna cinch in if it's foam? Probably not. And it won't pull in that easily. So these are all different little design elements that I find super helpful to teach you in a project, but that you'll be able to carry on that knowledge for future projects that you try, either using another pattern or that you come up with on your own. Okay, so 2 elastic pockets right here. Water bottle, a change of shoes. For those of you that commute, you want to put your little slippers in here. Dance shoes for whoever, And this, I don't know why, a lot of people think backpacks are just for kids. I always had a backpack diaper bag when my kids were little because I like to be hands-free. So this is, if you're going to Disney World, if you're going to the fair, if you're going to the farmer's market, and you want to have your hands free, this is an awesome little bag for that. So this is, oh my gosh, I have so many names in my head, y'all. No, it's not. The Flagler Drawstring. There it is. So this is the Flagler Drawstring Backpack, okay? So we have 2 elastic pockets here. On the inside, there is a really large patch pocket panel. This fabric that you see here is actually fabric I designed. The lining is also fabric I designed. The last couple of bits of my Dominicana collection that's left in my stash. Anyway, there's 2 patch pockets. You see it there. Yeah, there's 2 pockets on the inside. It pulls in with a drawstring and has 2 elastic pockets on the front. Super cute, and a lot cuter, I think, than those little, like, flimsy, those little giveaway backpacks that they be giving kids at different events. Yeah, this is way, way better. Oh, absolutely. Lisa says, do you think that this bag could be used as a diaper bag? This would have been my diaper bag all day. And I had diaper bags like this, but I only would put the patch pockets on the inside. I never thought to have any pockets on the outside, so I would just use it to do, like, applique or free motion quilting. When my kids were babies, I totally could have rocked with this. And I did cloth diapers too. I could have made the whole thing lined in like PUL fabric. What? That would have been amazing. But, I didn't have this design in my head 12 years ago. Let's see. Okay, great. Tony says she signed up and she ordered the kit. She did the Summer Bag Club too earlier this year. Awesome. Yes, yes. I definitely hold your hand through everything in the video lessons. All right, so that was bag number 1. Bag number 2, Palmetto Tote Bag. Here we go. This is kind of like my take on a simple carry-all kind of tote briefcasey kind of just, simple shape. There's nothing crazy going on here. And this can be made out of any fabric. So if you're looking for something to give a guy, a college student, a younger kid, or, your husband, some type of bag that he needs to take to work or whatever, this would be perfect to make for that because it can go anyway, just depending on the fabrics that you choose. So real quick, this is the size. Hold on. Let me pull up my measurements because I got it. 12 by 11 by 5. Okay, so 12 by 11 by 5, assuming that these panels don't stick out a little bit. But they do because they're pockets. So there's pockets on the side. This would be a super cute diaper bag too. You can put baby bottles on the sides, Oh, that's cute. And then 2 handles, right? So we have the handles up here, but then you also have the crossbody strap that you can use. So you can adjust that, boom, and be also hands-free, okay? So a couple different options there. If you need to hook it on something, you know, in the locker room or whatever, you can do that there. The hardware is there. This is the cool part, and this is one of the techniques that I get asked about all the time, even though I've done a tutorial on this before. A recessed zipper panel. Everybody loves this. They always want that, or if people see the bags you make, they want to put it in order for a bag with a recessed zipper panel. Then on the inside, this one has 1 patch pocket on that side, and it has a zippered pocket on this side. So a nice big zippered pocket on the other side. So this is going to be like your one bag that's going to have, it's pretty simple to make, right? Because it's straight lines. We do have, hold on, let me not speak too soon. There's an inset bottom panel. So this is not like a regular tote where you're going to pinch the corners and, you know, make the little flat bottom. No, no. We're leveling up, okay? So this is a whole separate pattern piece that gets put in on the bottom. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. And then everything else is pretty much straight stitching, okay? So you'll learn so many techniques with this one simple bag. And I think it really, what is the word I'm trying to use? Like it's mistake friendly, okay? If you wobble a little bit in your seams, if your pieces are a little bit off and they're not super perfect, it will still turn out like a super cute and usable bag. So I think this is like a great transition bag to go from super beginner, I have no skills, to like, yo, I'm a bag maker, okay? So that's number 2. That's the Palmetto Tote Bag. Let me make sure. Number 3, we got that little bitty bitty. Where'd you go? Oh, here. The little Sweetwater crossbody pouch. This is not even a bag. It's a little pouch, y'all. So this is super teensy. Hold on, my measurements. This measures about 7.5 inches this way by 5.5 by about 1.5. So this is, again, another little perfect pouch for hands-free. You're going to an event, a festival. I was going to say a quilt show. Can you believe it? You can't fit anything in here. We buy a ton of stuff at quilt shows. But, you know, your phone, your keys, some lip gloss, card, and some cash. Perfect, okay? And it has 2 different zippered compartments. So we have the main one. Super cute. For the full size of it. And then you have a little one right here on the front. So you can slip in receipts, something flat, your cash, your cards, whatever you want in that front little pocket. Okay, and then the strap hooks on with 2 lobster clasps on the D-rings that are installed on the side. And then we have the 1/2 inch wide webbing for the crossbody strap. Okay, so that's the Sweetwater pouch. And I'll say a couple things about this one. You'll see it if you log in and you sign up for the club on the supply checklist. This bag, I designed it to be made out of faux leather, cork. You could probably use Craft Tex. It's just going to be a little bit stiff, right? The soft vinyl that's more pliable. Those kind of non-fraying, sturdy fabrics that stand on their own. Like if we made this out of 1 layer of quilting cotton, it wouldn't work. So this is a bag that I'm using to teach you how to put in zipper gussets, how to work with faux leather, vinyl, cork, and those things on a smaller scale. So keep that in mind for those of you that like, I need a lining in there. It's designed to not be lined. I know. But for those of you that require a lining, I will be sharing with you do's and don'ts on, because some of you don't even want to work with the faux leather, or maybe you have a sewing machine that won't let you sew well through the layers. A couple things. I'm making a couple samples of like messed up versions of this, where it's like, don't do this, because this is what's going to happen. Because even when I say that, and if I don't show you a visual, a lot of my students will be like, she doesn't know. And then they go and make it, and then they're like, oh, I should have listened to you, you were right. So instead, I'm making the actual mess up so you can see what I'm telling you. So although it's designed to be made with faux leather, cork, this is like a super cool holographic vinyl little chunk that I had. This is just a little scrap. So if you have cork, you know that stuff is expensive. Save your scrap pieces. It's perfect for this type of a project. I'm going to share with you some tips on how you can make this out of quilting cotton, but of course with interfacing, right? So we'll talk about that in the class. Just know that this one was designed to be used just like that, with the faux leather, the vinyls, the non-fraying, unlined versions. If you do craft shows and craft fairs and stuff like that, I'll just pop this out here real quick because I think I usually mention it. Maybe I haven't in the last one. Whenever you sign up for any of my classes, whether it's a free tutorial or you pay for a video course or you do a club with us, you can make these bags and sell them. Yeah. I have a lot of people that do that. Sometimes I get emails and people are like, is it okay to make this and sell it? Absolutely. You're still making it. So this would be one that once you got down, you could crank out and sell because it doesn't use that much and you're saving yourself a ton of time without having to line it. And if people don't sew, they don't know that's like, there's no lining. Have you ever like got a little pouch somewhere and you're just like, seriously, they didn't even line it? But it's like coming from overseas and it's super cheaply made. It's not going to look as amazing as the one that you make and you don't even have to line it if you don't want to. All right, that's 3. Number 4. Oh, okay, we need to go back to this other camera shot because this one needs to be sitting down to show it in all of its glory. Let me scoot this back. Number 4, my Sunset project bag. And if you're in my Facebook group or you've been in previous clubs, I listen to y'all. We run polls and we do surveys for a reason. I think we did pretty good with, you know, picking out different designs because we always kind of have a running list of designs that could be used potentially in the next bag club. So I went through these and I'm like, okay, I think this is a good enough mix, but y'all know I love a good project bag, okay? So this is, oh my goodness, I missed half the chat. My project bag, and let me make sure that I don't catch this in here. Okay, so this has a 30-inch handbag zipper, and it goes all the way. We're using every bit of that zipper, y'all, so that you can open this all the way out. Okay? This is my hand spun. I made this, and I made this. Look at the yarn that I've made. But anyways, I just wanted to show y'all how much room there is in here, right? So if you hand embroider, you can put a bunch of different hoops in here with your current projects. If you do cross stitch, you can put that stuff in here. If you do English paper piecing, right? Any handwork, knitting, crochet, then we have all that room in there. Yes, there is binding involved. I know some of you are like, nope, I ain't doing it. Yes, bias binding to finish off all those edges. Look how nice and neat it looks. And be kind to yourself. You can do this. My tip, and I'll share with you right now, is the same lining fabric that you chose to line here, use it as your binding. Because if you have little bobbles here and there, nobody's going to see it. But it's still going to look nice and neat, okay? The other side, I'm going to show you how to make this mesh pocket. And I say mesh to kind of use up different cool fabrics and so that it's see-through so you can see it. I wouldn't use a thick vinyl here just because I want this to be a little bit more pliable. And you know, some of the thicker gauge vinyl is kind of stiff. So the mesh works really, really well. And we sell and put into our kits the Bianni's mesh fabric, which I love. And this has a zipper here. And then you can see I have the whole ball of yarn and my pattern and a shawl that I started, okay? So, and my knitting needles, you can put all your little notions and things in there. That works out perfectly. But yes, I spin yarn too, I mean. What don't I do? I need all the bags, all the project bags for all these crafts. So isn't that super cute? Now, I designed it as a project bag, okay? But look at this thing. A great way to maybe make an overnight bag for a toddler. If you're a grandparent and you have toddlers that come stay with you, what better way to like make them their own bag that they're going to pack their stuff every time they come to stay with you. This is also a great project to feature straight line quilting. Don't feel like you need to, you know, you don't need a long arm. You don't need to be a free motion quilter. I just, I like to do that too. You can just practice your quilting on here, use some cute fabric that they would like and turn it into like a little overnight bag. Isn't that cute? This could be like a lunch bag for a grown-up with some really cool fabric. I'm like obsessed. It's super cute, and I think there's so many uses for this. Oh, Garnet says, oh my gosh, this project bag is awesome. I'm glad you like it, girl. All right, let's see. Oh, Jackie says, oh, I'm seeing this as a project bag birthday gift. That would be awesome, right? Or if you have a child or a beginner who's just starting, or maybe you're teaching somebody how to crochet or knit. Oh my gosh, how cute. Pack it with yarn and be like, happy birthday to you. So anyways, that's number 4. That's the Sunset project bag. Sunset, like in Miami, you know, Sunset Drive. But also, how cute, right? Like a half a sun, you know, like the sun setting. Okay, anyways, I'm getting out of control. Bag number 5, my Tamiami Crossbody Tote Bag. This is the biggest one. And the shape of it might look weird at first glance, but I designed it so that it would be a crossbody in the sense of like not just like sitting on your hip and kind of flapping about, but like hugging your hip area here. So it's a little bit longer than it is taller, but it's, I mean, it's massive, okay? Check this out. A big old pocket. Okay? Don't mind me, I haven't sewn up the lining. This is like the bag maker's equivalent of not weaving in your ends in knitting and crochet. No big deal. You can't even see it. So this is the lining. One side has nothing. You can put a pocket there if you wanted to, but the other side has a nice big zippered pocket. Look at that, massive. That lining is super cute too. This is another bag making tip, always use a light colored fabric for your lining. If you use a black fabric, you're never gonna find anything at the bottom of that bag. Like if it drops in there, forget it, especially in the dark. The light fabrics they look nicer, gives you a pop of something, and you can actually see in there, okay? So one big zippered pocket on the inside, you have the main zipper partition. Let me show you this cute detail. On the sides here, there's actually holes. Can you see that? It's just a little pop so that you can see the lining fabric. So those of you that really like to work with like super color coordinating, the little zip tabs with your zipper and the lining and all that, I think that's a super cute little detail there. And then on the front, my other favorite part of it, well, I have two parts that I really like. One is this. I made this one with the little accent piece so that I can point it out to y'all. If you wanted to make it out of the same fabric, you could. Just be careful. If you don't care to fussy cut, then it won't matter. But if you did want it to kind of look like one full panel, you'll want to be careful about fussy cutting this piece so that it matches, right? Otherwise, avoid all the drama and just pick a coordinating little piece here because look, there's a zipper under there. So a nice big zipper, and actually the zipper here on the front spans the full width of the bag, whereas this one doesn't quite reach there. So you get even more room in this one. Look at that. I'm obsessed. Yeah. Super, super cute. All right, Linda says she's going to make the Sunset Project bag as a lunch bag for her daughter who's a nurse. Yes. Long shifts. She'll be able to pack a ton of stuff in there. Awesome. So that zipper, okay, so if y'all are liking the little rainbow zipper, we will have these for sale in the shop. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put kind of like a hidden link so that the Bag Club members can order it because we don't have that much. Again, everything is so limited right now. But I know that if you're making these bags, I mean, I could literally just sit here and be like, how pretty the colors. If you make bags, you feel me. You know what I'm talking about. So this is the bag that I was saying has 3 zippers. So the main compartment, another big zippered pocket here, and then that tucked away hidden one here that you can keep more, you know, hidden essentials and stuff that you wouldn't even know. Because if you don't sew, who's going to know that there's a zipper under that? Love it. Okay. Yeah, so we will be posting that when we get ready, probably over this weekend and stuff. We have to check exactly how much yardage we have. So, oh, this is one thing to note. This zipper is zipper by the yard, like it's yardage zipper. So I cut it to length, and then I just slipped on the zipper pull. So we'll have both the zipper and the zipper pull. Obviously limited amounts, but we will list it for the Bag Club members, so y'all can check that out. Carol's asking how much for the whole club. Okay, so a quick recap. This is bag number 5, the Tamiami Crossbody Tote Bag. Bag number 4 I went over was the Sunset Project Bag. Bag number 3. Say what? Oh, I'm going to show them like this, then you can put it back up top. Number 3, the Sweetwater Crossbody Pouch. Obsessed. Super cute. Number 2 is the Palmetto Tote Bag with a recessed zipper. Another zippered pocket on the inside too. Look how cute. There is a zippered pocket here and a patch pocket on the other side. Okay? And look what I did there. Different color fabric for the lining aside from the side panel. Super cute. You can play around with everything. That's the beauty of making your own stuff, right? You can do, you mix and match as many fabrics as you want to. So that was bag number 2. And bag number 1 is the Flagler Drawstring Backpack. There are 2 elastic pockets here, and it just cinches up with the shoulder straps is what closes up the drawstring. And then we have some patch pockets in there. So these are the 5 bags that we are going to be making. You can swap it to my face now, Brandon. And 5 bags. We're making them over the next 7 weeks. We do have optional supply kits that are available. You can put up the supply or put up the picture of the 5 bags so that people that are maybe just tuning in can see them all 5. We're going to be making these bags over the next 7 weeks, but you don't have to keep up. When you sign up for my clubs, even after the 7-week period is over, you still get access to all the content, all the PDFs, all the videos, all the recordings of the lives. All that stuff will remain there in the club for you to access whenever you want to, okay? The price for the club itself, so for the video lessons on the 5 bags, the printable PDFs, the supply checklist, the club calendar, all the stuff that comes with the courses, right, involved the 5 bags, is $97 right now, all right? The price is from today until next Friday, and after next Friday, October 29th, that's another Friday, at 11:59 p.m., the club disappears. So it's gone. You will not be able to sign up for it ever again. That's just how we do it. We don't want anybody coming in after the fact, you know, midway through or nothing. We close it off. We start fresh with everybody who has jumped on board. All right. Okay, Linda says your Miami upbringing is showing in the bag names. I love it, girl. Yes, you know. Flagland. I would have done Westchester, but I already have a Westchester Dolman top because, you know, I grew up in Westchester. Okay. So Linda's asking, what if you want to do just one bag? So if you just want to do one bag and you have no interest in joining the club to make all 5, your best bet is to wait until 2022 when we release each of the bag courses individually. They're going to be at a higher price, obviously, and you can see it by the price that's reflected in on the website. If you were to purchase each bag separately, like just the video courses, so you wouldn't get live Q&A sessions, you wouldn't get live Zoom social hours, you wouldn't have any of those live components and access to me for the full 7 weeks. The classes by themselves would be a total of $185. And so the club price, which includes all the live components, 5 live Q&A sessions, 5 live Zoom social hour chats as well for $97. I mean, it's a great deal, I think. Okay. All right. So that's all that. The list of supplies is inside. So once you sign up for the club, if you join now, once you log into your account, you'll see you can print out the supply checklist for each one of the 5 bags. They're already listed for you inside the club. Many of you have signed up already and we're already, you know, telling us, hey, I got my supply checklist printed out. They're already going through their stash, looking to see, I got this zipper, I got that zipper, do I have this? So yeah. Meredith says, we're going to have fun. The bags are so beautiful. I am so glad to hear that, Meredith, and glad you think so. Lisa says, can you repeat the important dates? Yes, important dates are when the club disappears. That's Friday, October 29th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. The club will disappear. That's it. Nobody can sign up after that. Another important date coming up is going to be November 1st. That's when the first course, the first bag number 1, the Flagler Drawstring Backpack video courses will be posted to the club account that day. So we start in bag 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But we do bag 1, and we do a live Q&A session for bag 1. We do a live Zoom social hour for bag 1. Okay, so that way everybody can kind of be, so we don't want people in, you know, the first live Q&A session for bag 1 asking questions about bag 5. You wouldn't be able to anyways because it won't be available, but that's why I do it like that. It's called dripping the content. I drip out content 1 bag at a time to kind of keep everybody on the same page. That way I'm limited to the type of questions that I'm answering instead of jumping back and forth, you know, answering one about this, about that. You know, if you're a teacher, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so club calendar. If you want to look at the calendar before you decide whether or not you want to join, the link is in the chat. It's in the video description box below this video if you're watching us on YouTube. It's on the club page. You can go to craftygemini.com/shop. And you'll see the bag club. Click on the image like if you're going to buy it. And at the bottom of the description that tells you everything you're getting in the club, you'll see where it says course calendar. Click and look at the calendar so you can determine whether or not it'll work for your schedule. And even if it doesn't, you still get access to all the stuff and all the recordings. So keep that in mind if you're new. The live Q&A sessions and the live Zooms, they're all recorded and posted there. So we have people all the time that are like, I missed it live. And then they just go back in and watch the recording. Okay? All right, let's see. If you have problems resetting your password, 2 things. 1, when you use the forgot password link on our website, make sure to check your spam or junk folder. A lot of you that use AOL or Yahoo email addresses, sometimes that link to update your password or change it goes to your spam. If that doesn't work, then just shoot us an email at customer service. So BEA@craftygemini.com. And there you can reach somebody from my team. All right, so let's see. So Barb says, will that be $185 per bag? I'm not sure what that means, but to sign up for the club, it's $97. You get access to the courses and everything for all 5 bags, the whole 7-week club period, okay? Let's see. Stephania's asking, do you also list the measurements in metric systems so that you can purchase zippers and stuff? I haven't done that, but we can totally do that. That's not a big deal. Yes. Just shoot me an email and I can send you all the data. Let's see. Oh, awesome. Wire Fabric Bead says, I haven't missed the bag club yet, and I'm not missing this one. Awesome. So glad to hear it. She says, Vanessa's an amazing teacher and you'll be so proud of yourself making these bags. If you're on the fence, join us. I mean, I'm just saying it's going to be super fun. All right. Oh, great. Sharon, she says she's purchased some of my individual bag courses, but this is going to be the first club. It's definitely a better value, and you kind of get more motivation from everybody around you in the community group, you know, just like, okay, what are you working on? I just cut out my pieces. People will say that, like, I just cut out the pieces for the lining, or I'm going to walk my dog, and then I'm getting inside to cut the pieces for the next bag. It just feels a lot more fun. And I try to make it like that because I participate in stuff like that online, and I love that feeling of like community building. Some of the knit-alongs that I join, I'm like, I print out my instructions, I put them in a folder, like I'm ready. And so I love it when my bag club students or quilt club students and stuff do the same thing, because I totally relate. I'm teaching on this end of it, but I also know what it's like. So I like to keep that vibe going for sure. Okay. All right. Amanda's asking, do I need a leather needle? So it depends. And this is a good question about sewing machine needles when it comes to bag making. It kind of depends on the sewing machine that you use, honestly. So sometimes I can use a regular home sewing, like my Jukies. I mean, I can throw anything on the Jukies. They will sew through whatever. So sometimes when I'm doing demos and I'm using faux leather, a lot of you will ask me in those Whip Wednesday episodes, like, what needle are you using? And I'm like, the 8012 Universal that was in there when I started. But that is because that sewing machine can do that. Not all machines are created the same. So sometimes you need to go way higher than you even would on a semi-industrial because the sewing machine is not strong enough to pierce through. And then, of course, it has also to do with how many layers of the faux leather or the cork or the vinyl you're sewing through. So typically we recommend a 9014 universal needle for these types of projects. Some people really like to use a 9014 top stitch needle, which just has like a sharper tip on it so it can pierce through, you know, the thicker vinyls and the cork and stuff like that easier. I mean, I can make, I think I made all these bags on the 8012 to tell you the truth. So if you have some bigger needles that are a little bit stronger, sometimes you can use a 9014 jeans needle, right? So just look at the name of the little packs. If you can get an assorted one, try that. If you have a really kind of weak sewing machine that's going to have a tough time, then yeah, you're going to want to get either like a 9014 top stitch or 9014 leather, 9014 jeans, something with a little bit more power and heft to it, and that's bigger, okay? But you don't have to have like a legit leather needle to sew these. No. All right. Jan says, I joined the 2019 bag club for the first time and you got me addicted to bag making. I'm joining this year again. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes. So, Barb was asking if the 5 separate purchases would add up to the 185. Yes, they would. If you were to get the classes separately, individually. Okay. Crafty KN says, are the needle recommendations on the supply list? On the supply list, they're not on the supply list. They're included in the actual PDF, the supplemental PDF instructions that come out when the bag comes out. And just straight across the board, I just put 9014 universal on all of them. Like for this bag, I'll tell you straight up, because it's so soft and pliable, there's no like foam or anything like that in here. This you can do for sure with a 9014, and 8012 would work fine too. On this one, I would probably go with a 9014 just because you have the webbing and we're stitching 2 layers of webbing. And I like to assume that everybody has just like a base model sewing machine so that I know even for the super, super newbie beginners, you will be able to make the bags, okay? Because a lot of times when you make, you know, super intricate bags that have like vinyl piping and all this stuff, you're getting so many thick layers there that if you look at it, you're like, yeah, my $90 sewing machine, I'm gonna make this. And then you start popping and breaking needles left and right. Then you start to think that it's you, when in reality, it's probably the sewing machine that can't handle that bulk. Okay, so I like to assume that everybody just has like a base machine, like the ones that I would teach kids to sew on. So like this one for sure a 9014, but like a 9014 universal, and then this one a 9014 also, just because we're introducing the full leather. But if you have a little 5-pack maybe of 9014 universal or 9014 top stitch, any of these bags, you'll be good. Okay. Lisa's asking, would you encourage beginner sewers to pursue this course? So what I like to say is if you're a confident beginner, absolutely. And the reason I say absolutely, just like that, is because I walk you through every single step with my video lessons. So I'm not assuming that you know how to put in a recessed zipper. I'm not assuming that you know how to make bias binding and attach it to a quilted raw edge. Like, I'm going to show you all that. No worries. So if you, when I say confident sewist, I would say like if you can thread your sewing machine, you know what a bobbin is and you know how to wind your own bobbin. You know how to change your needle so that you can put in one that is going to allow you to crank out the bags, right? And if you can sew straight and or follow a seam allowance. So if I told you, you know, use a 1/2 inch seam allowance, do you know what that is? And if you do, sign up for the club, you're good. So if you can sew straight, you can follow a seam allowance, you can thread your machine, you can wind your own bobbin, and you can change your sewing machine needle, that's pretty much all you need, because other than that, I show you everything. And here's a quick reminder about my video lessons in the club. You can speed me up, although I'm not sure that anybody out there does that because I talk super fast, but you can slow me down. So if I'm going over a specific technique, you can click the little gear icon underneath each of the video lessons in the club platform, and you can slow me down to 0.75x or 0.5x speed. So say you watch the videos just through, and then you cut out your stuff and you're getting ready to make it. You're rewatching the video as you're doing it, just slow it down. And you'll hear me going nice and slow. I guess that's how people, I just can't do it. I talk super fast. But you can do that in there and just slow me down and go step by step. And you have the visual every single step of the way I'm showing you it, okay? So yes, definitely. All right, awesome. All right, so we're gonna call it a day. Again, the bag club is open. You can head over to craftygemini.com/shop. You'll see the bag club. You'll see the kit that you can purchase. The kit is optional. The bag club is the digital course and access to all the content, you know, like the whole bag club sewing experience for the 7 weeks. That's what is the $97. The kit itself is on sale for $135, and that includes everything as far as notions, hardware, interfacing, zippers that you need to make all 5 bags, one of each of the 5 bags, right? The fabric is not included. The kit itself is already jam-packed. It's a 4-pound box full of stuff. So you're getting mesh fabric, the faux leather, all the different packs of interfacing, all the zippers that you need, the hardware, the D-rings, the lobster clasp, the sliders, all that stuff is in there. So it's $135, and that's free shipping in the US. So if you don't think you have the supplies in your stash or you can't find them, go ahead and order a kit. All right. Awesome. Yeah, Amanda says, I talk too fast too. Girl, people say I talk fast and I just have to laugh because in Spanish I speak 3 times as fast. I'm Dominican. And if you know Dominicans, we're like the fastest Spanish speakers. But anyways, that's that. Log in if you're signed up. There's a welcome video waiting for you right there. And there's a ton of stuff that you can already start going over. Print out your event calendar so you don't miss out on anything. And then share this info with your friends because next Friday the club is closing. So everybody has from tonight until next Friday, October 29th at 11:59 p.m. to sign up. I hope a ton of you sign up. We're going to have so much fun. And y'all have a good weekend. That's going to be it for me tonight, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next week for Whip Wednesday. Bye. Miss out on anything, and then share this info with your friends because next Friday the club is